Welcome back to the channel. I want to thank everybody for watching and all the new subscribers. Today we got the call about the AC unit. Now that things are starting to heat up, we're going to start getting more calls about all the AC units, heat pumps, and split systems, etc. We're going to have to check filters, coils, motors, and belts. Pretty much going to be most of the calls. But anyway, so we're over here at this thermostat unit downstairs, and I don't see nothing. He gave up the ghost, or he got no power. So we'll head up, and this thing is not numbered, which I wish it was. That way I can make quick work of this. So let's go head upstairs and see what's going on with this guy. I think I'll just take my 11-1 meter and maybe an impact with some bits. And let's head upstairs and see what's going on with this bad boy. Alright boys, here we are on location. I'm thinking it's one of these two units, but I'm betting it's the package unit because I have no idea where this split goes. Anyways, I'm thinking it's the package unit because as I was heading up here, I took a look at the ducting and I seen it popping through the floor. So I'm guessing this bad boy right here is gonna be the troublemaker. Let's go ahead and see what he got going on. Alright fellas, first things first, take a voltage check, see what he got. So it looks like we got a single phase 15 amp, so that's gonna be probably 208. So let's get this meter out. Got the good old fluke with the good old American flag on there, baby. Get this fluke out of here and see what we got going on. Bam! Pull out the probes. Let's start probing. Turn this bad boy on to volts AC and we'll start probing. So we got L2, L1. We're looking at voltage, baby. 208. Let me get this on and let's see what we got here. We got not 208. Okay. So we lost a fuse for some reason. Why would we lose a fuse? Alright. So who did we lose here? Let me get my little fuse puller and let's figure this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and check the continuity through this fuse and see what I can see. Alright. So I got one side, so this fuse is blown, got no continuity through that. I have to go get me one of those, and then we'll pull out the second fuse. We'll check continuity through this guy. Okay, so he's good. So we got continuity in him. So what I want to do, let me check the ground. So we'll go ahead and hit this guy to ground. Okay, so we're good. We got no short, and we'll hit this guy to ground, which he should be fine. Okay, so at least we're not shorted to ground. And let's go ahead, and before we throw a fuse up in here, let me check this wire. Looks a little beat up. Looks a little beat up for my liking, but looks like the terminals are tight. Let me get my screwdriver and put a little pressure on these terminals. There we go. Nice and tight, nice and tight. All right, we're looking good. So let me open this bad boy up and we'll see what we got going on under the hood. So it looks like all roads lead into this cabinet right here. So I'm gonna pop this bad boy open real quick and let's see what we got going on. Let me get this. All right, there we go. All right. From the looks of it, I don't see no burn mark. I don't see nothing screaming at me. Everything's looking so-so. Compressor looks all right. So I say, let me feel this squirrel cage. Let me feel this wheel and see how this feels. Okay, he's freed up. So it's a direct drive, no belt. I don't see any issues right here with the coil being super dirty. The drain tray looks okay. So let's get a fuse, slap them back in here, and we will see what's going on. So whatever it was, something on the incoming blew the fuse, and I'm just wondering what could it be. I don't see any shorts to ground. Ground looks good. These guys look good. Okay, so you got the two mains coming up into there. We will see. I mean, everything looks okay. So let's go ahead and get a fuse in here. Let's see what happens. All right, boys, we're back, and I found two volunteers right here, just in case. So we're gonna use this guy who's a little uglier, and we'll see what happens. Yep, he's ready to go. So today he'll be starting his first day at work, see if he can do the job. So I don't really know what would have blown the fuse, the main fuse on this unit. I would have thought we have high pressure and low pressure kick out. We have fuse protection right here at the beginning. We will see. The only thing I think that would kick this thing out is a ground fault or a phase to phase short. So let's go ahead and flip them on and see what happens. Okay, so we got 203, so we have voltage. We don't have anything running. Oh, we have our fan running. Yeah, so our fan is on. Got a little Low vibration, but that ain't nothing. So let's go ahead and just kick this bad boy on and see what. Let's see what he do when I call for that compressor. We got the contactor up here. It looks like main in. Okay, everything. Okay, so we got a condenser fan, compressor running. Okay, everything looking good. So the only thing after looking around, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing the switch rubbing on this line right here. Let me just bend that out of the way because we got a lot of rubbing going on right here after further inspection. So it looks like we got a capillary tube, metering device, and what else do I see? Everything else looks so. I don't see no other rubbing. So we may or may not have to hook up the gauges to this unit just to see if we got pressure. So let's go ahead and fly downstairs, jump downstairs, and go see if we can't call for some cool on this bad boy, and then we'll see where we end up. Oh, there we go. Okay, looks like we calling now. Okay, just took some time. I didn't know if the thermostat was in cool or not. Let's take a clamp reading on this bad boy. Amps AC, and let's see. We're pulling 20 amps, boys. That's not good. Pulling 22 amps on this bad boy. I think we have a bad compressor on this one. 22 amps, that ain't gonna cut it. 230, single phase, lock rotor amp is 54. Amps operating max is 10. So the maximum amount of amperes or current that this guy should be reading is 10 amp. And I'm reading 20 amps on the input on the supply side. It's not good. That is not good. Who's the trouble child here? So it looks like we got a reversing valve here, which is fine. And then we got our condenser fan, which was running fine, seemed fine. So we'll take some amp readings in this bad boy and we will see. But I think this compressor didn't sound too good. We'll go ahead and take an amp reading and push this contactor in. Okay, 5 amp, he's looking good. Compressor's looking good. Okay, let's check current on the main. So we're at 13 amps now and we're at 17 amps, 19, 20. So amps are just climbing. 20. Yeah, it's that compressor, son. That boy is pulling. Let's see what we got. Yup, he's steady climbing. Oh, he done. Yeah, he just blew that fuse. This compressor is toast. Yeah, he must have a lock rotor or something going on in there. It's not right. So yeah, the compressor should be at about 10 amp, and then the indoor motor 2 amps. And the full load amps on the outdoor motor is maybe 1 amp. Yeah, it's that compressor. That compressor took a dump. What can I do? What can I do? Oh yeah, look at all that oil leaking out of there. Why is he pulling? Oh yeah, we got all that oil. Looks like some burn marks right here. For sure some burn. Yeah, and this unit is R22. So this unit's R22. I don't even have R22. All I have is R410A. I don't really do AC that much, even though I have my 608 cert. It's not really my thing. So all right, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and pull one more check on this compressor. We got our start, run, and common. So this terminal is gonna be our common, this will be our start, and this bad boy is gonna be the rundown. Let me see what we got here. I'm gonna ohm this out and we'll see what we got. So we got 1.6, we got 1.7, and we got 3, and then we got 4.3. Yeah, so that's good. Looks like the windings are good in there. Let's go ahead and check them to ground. Oh, let's go ahead and check them to ground. I don't see nothing to ground. All right, so I don't know why this bad boy took a dumper. So let's go ahead and check this capacitor, because you know what? I have a feeling that he is gonna be the problem. It's funny because the compressor runs just pulling a high current for whatever reason. So it looks like our blue is our Herm and the brown is our fan. Okay, so let's take a capacitance reading out of this. 32.5. Yep. So to common, we have from common to Herm, we have 32 microfarad, right? 32.5, and it's plus or minus 6%. So let's see if we are within tolerance. We got 32 times 0.06 equals 192. 32 plus 2, 34. So we are out of tolerance on this capacitor. So it looks like he's gonna be the bad boy. All right, boys, just to summarize what the latest is on this unit is we got out here right away. There was a blown fuse on the supply line voltage, which only something heavy could take out that fuse, because this compressor has its own internal protections. But if it made it all the way to the supply line fuse, something definitely went wrong. And then right away we noticed, after I swapped the fuse, we noticed a high current condition. So we went ahead and got inside of it and tried to find out where that high current is coming from. and I expected more than likely it's going to be coming from the compressor because that's the largest motor in here. Compressor full load amps is supposed to be around 10, and this thing started ramping up to about 20 to 30 to 40 amps, and it ended up kicking out at about 52 amps, 49 to 52 amps. So that thing was kicking out on its own with the compressor's internals kicking out. So definitely an issue with the compressor. I checked the capacitor. The capacitor was only off by 1 farad, 1 nanofarad. So that's not that bad, and that isn't going to give this compressor a high current situation like that. If the capacitor was bad, it just kind of wouldn't run. So we'll go ahead and see what they want to do. And it's also an R22 unit, which I have none of, and I don't have a recovery unit right now. So I can't recover this thing and then gas it back up. So it's probably cheaper at this point for them to just call somebody who has everything in their truck and get this taken care of. But I'll see what they have to say about this and what they want to do. But until the next one, boys, I will see you then. I appreciate it.